The story of the creation of the Harley Davidson XR750 is a fascinating journey that took place over several decades, leading to the development of one of the most iconic and successful racing motorcycles in history. This story showcases the sheer determination and ingenuity of the Harley Davidson team and their quest for excellence on the racetrack, which they firmly achieved by creating the world's most winning dirt track motorcycle of all time. And the story all began in the 1960s, when Harley Davidson was facing tough competition from other motorcycle manufacturers in the world of dirt track racing, specifically Triumph. And Harley knew that they wanted nothing to do with being a second-place manufacturer. So they knew that it was time for them to step up their efforts in this area to crush the competition. The company wanted to create a motorcycle that would dominate the dirt track circuit and demonstrate their engineering prowess. And in 1969, Harley Davidson introduced the soon-to-be legendary XR750, a bike designed specifically for flat track racing. It featured a lightweight twin-cylinder engine with a displacement of 750 cc's, designed for agility and high-speed performance on track. The XR750's engine was developed from a modified Sportster V-twin engine, and it was known, obviously, around the world for its very distinctive and throaty exhaust note, which bellowed off the track. Harley dropped the bore and stroke of this motor down to make it more apt for its racing application, which also included adding on a set of twin 36cc carburetors. But from the gate, Harley Davidson did make a major error with this first go-around of the XR750. Harley opted to keep the cast iron heads that this engine came with on it, as they assumed that it would work just fine with them. However, it turns out that in hotter climates, these cast iron heads were actually prone to overheating, which killed performance in those races, which absolutely would not fly. So by 1972, Harley had re-engineered a new set of aluminum heads to fit to the XR750, which would alleviate these overheating issues and get the bike back on track. But they didn't just stop there for revisions on the XR750. No, if they were going to do something, they were going to do it right. They made some more impressive revisions in the weight department to get the overall weight down to a mere 314 pounds. The frame of the XR750 was carefully engineered to provide stability and the control necessary for the demands of the racing circuit. The suspension was also adjustable to suit different track conditions and rider preferences, as every adjustment mattered across different tracks. Every tenth of a second counted, and Harley Davidson knew that. And by 1972, the revised XR750 was unleashed onto the racing circuit. And it didn't just do well, it dominated the competition. The XR750 quickly gained a reputation for its reliability and remarkable success in racing. It started winning races and championships, including numerous victories at the prestigious American Flat Track Series, which was formerly known as the AMA Grand National Championship. In fact, from 1972 all the way up until 2008, the XR750 won 29 of the 37 total AMA Grand Championships, which is an absolutely unheard of winning streak. As a result, the XR750 became the bike of choice for many professional racers, and even one super famous stuntman that you have all heard of, Evel Knievel. For most of his stunt riding career, Evel Knievel performed a majority of his stunts on his XR750 that was fitted with his iconic racing livery. Including the time that he jumped a full 130-foot jump, he did so on the XR750. And over the years, Harley Davidson continued to refine and improve the XR750, incorporating new tech and new innovations to keep it competitive on track. The XR750's success extended well beyond just the United States, with racers and enthusiasts worldwide recognizing its performance and reliability. The XR750's incredible legacy continued for more than 4 decades, making it one of the most successful and enduring models in the history of flat track racing. Harley eventually stopped producing the XR750 race bikes in the early 80s and only focused on providing replacement engines for the teams who needed them, which by the late 1980s ended up just becoming spare parts for teams rather than whole new engines. But even with its factory support from Harley fading, its influence on the motorcycle world lives on. The bike's design and performance innovations have left an incredible mark on the sport of dirt track racing, and it remains a beloved icon among Harley Davidson enthusiasts. So much so that countless people each and every single year are working out how to build their own tribute XR750s, as there are just 500 or so real official XR750 chassis out there, and anyone who wants to build one has to make their own because they don't sell replacement frames. But that concludes the story of the most winning race bike ever built, the Harley Davidson XR750. If you enjoyed this video, we would greatly appreciate it if you could drop a like and also share this video with other enthusiasts. Also, please make sure that you are subscribed to the Rare Motorcycles YouTube channel and smash that notification bell for more documentary-style videos just like this on the world's most interesting motorcycles. Until next time, enthusiasts.